Hey everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back today with our very first of my top 5, and this time for the 2 color pairing guilds. We're going to start off with Azorius. We are going to go through all of them. I love Azorius. I'm a white-blue player at heart. Like, I love control so much. So you'll see a lot of those sort of slower themes in here as we go along. I will be going through each guild, and if we really want to, each of the wedges as well, like Jeskai, Jund, Bant, etc. But without further ado, let's get straight into my top 5 Azorius cards for any deck. Again, these are all my personal choices. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below. I like seeing what other people like to jam into their decks. So first, in at number 5, we have Faramir, Prince of Ithilien. Faramir is a 3/3 for 2 generic and a white and a blue, and he has a really interesting ability. He says, at the beginning of your end step, choose an opponent, any one of your 3 opponents, and at the beginning of that player's next end step, you draw a card if they didn't attack you on that turn. Otherwise, create 3 1/1 white human creature tokens. And he's a really interesting card, kind of like a political card, right? Like, and strategic. It's really strategic. So, like, if you need card advantage, you could pick an opponent who's just sitting there and kind of like you, a control player, and that nets you a card. Or you can pick somebody who you know is probably going to swing at you, and then you generate some blockers. He's good in tokens decks. I find him really good in my control decks as well, generating those blockers, generating cards. Just overall, Faramir, Prince of Ithilien, is pretty good. I also want to point out that a lot of cards that you will see are from the Lord of the Rings set, because not just in this guild, but in a lot of the guilds, because I find the Lord of the Rings cards to be extremely interesting and well designed, and I'm also a Lord of the Rings fan, so I do jam a lot of them in my decks. Next, we have Time Wipe. This card has been power crept. I know this. I know that most people choose things like Supreme Verdict over this card, or other Wrath effects. But I really, really like Time Wipe because it returns a creature I control to its owner's hand, then destroys all creatures. So if there's a creature that has an ETB or a commander where you don't want to pay the commander tax, this is the Wrath for you. So it says return a creature you control to its owner's hand, and then destroy all creatures. It is for 5 with double white, so it can be a little bit tricky to play depending on if you're in a 3 or 4 color deck. But if you're in just straight up Azorius, should be pretty easy. I believe it's originally from War of the Spark. Like I said, I really like the utility of this card. I play it in every single one of my Azorius decks. Quain, one of my primary stacks deck. Yeah, Quain only costs 2, but I don't like having to recast him a whole bunch of times to start netting me cards, and especially with the amount of Wrath effects and stuff I have. So I use Time Wipe as a way to bounce him to my hand, or bouncing my Azor or any of my other big bombs that I don't want to die. Bouncing them back to my hand, and it saves your board state, right? Like, you are at the advantage, so maybe your opponent's overextended, don't have a lot of cards in hand, and you blow them out of the game, and sure, you lose some resources too, but then you are able to replay at least one of your resources. So yeah, that Time Wipe, great card overall. Next, we have Reparations. This is from Mirage. It is enchantment for 1 generic, a white, and a blue. And it says, whenever target opponent successfully casts a spell that targets you or a creature you control, you may draw a card. I really, really like this card. And I like copying this enchantment. So I will have a copy out there for each naming each opponent. And so, then whenever they target me or my creatures with anything, I get to draw cards. So it's already a bad rate sometimes to go 1 for 1. Like, if they're going to, swords your creature. Yeah, sure, you lose a creature, but they also lose a card out of hand. But imagine doing that while you're gaining card advantage. So it's just they're 1 for 2ing themselves. And oh my god, it's really, really good overall. I really like this card. It's very strong. It can be pretty niche, but I have found that people are always going to target your creatures because removal is good. People are always going to like target you with something, whether it's a discard deck being a jerk or something that targets you to make you sacrifice things. Overall, a very fun and very strong card. Also, the flavor text is just silly. Sorry I burnt down your village. Here's some gold. Like, oh my. That is something, let me tell you. But yeah, Reparations, great card. Next, we have Detention Sphere. I love this card a lot. I have played this card in kitchen table Magic. I tried in some homebrews of Legacy to get this card in there. And in Commander, it seems pretty niche. So it's an enchantment for 3. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-land permanent not named Detention Sphere and all other permanents with the same name as that permanent. When Detention Sphere leaves the battlefield, return the exiled cards. So not only is this good for kind of like spot removal, like some of those enchantments are, like Binding of, you know which ones I'm talking about. I can't Journey to Nowhere, things like that. I can't remember them all offhand. There's a million enchantments that when they come into play, they exile something. But Detention Sphere is exceptionally good at one really crucial thing. Token removal. Somebody makes 10 billion scoots, get rid of them. Somebody makes 1 million birds, 1 million bugs, 1 million bears, remove them all with this one neat little trick, and tokens just pop into the ether, so they never get to come back. It's very good utility card, very strong, and again, I play this in every single one of my straight-up Azorius decks. I played in a few of my Esper decks as well. It's a very strong, highly underrated card, and I actually really like the art on it as well. Next, we have, and last but certainly not least, I have Prince Imrahil the Fair. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. This is utility through and through. You're playing in blue, so you're already probably going to be drawing a lot of cards. He's a 2-drop, so easy to get out there. Gets you a whole bunch of passive value. This card has saved me, I don't know how many times. Especially like when I play him a lot in a lot of my arena Azorius decks. He just sits out there passively gaining me blockers, and my opponents end up having to try to remove him because they can't get through because I'm just generating tokens. Him combined with the Faramir we talked about earlier in the video, just absolute value town when it comes to generating resources for you. This one, obviously generates you a token, and it's each turn. So if you have ways to draw multiple cards on your opponent's turn as well, you can generate soldiers during your opponent's turn as well. He is an uncommon. I think he's like 30 cents at the most. He's a really good card overall. But yeah, Prince Imrahil the Fair. Those were my 5 Azorius cards that I jam into every deck. I really do. They go in everything. I have so many Prince Imrahils sitting in a stack that are just like, oh, what Esper deck or what Azorius deck can I fit it in today? But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what cards, once again, that you play in Azorius that have to go in every deck. As always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and who knows what guild we'll be doing tomorrow. But we'll be back tomorrow with another guild. See you next time.